Why, hello there! Beautiful day. Had a good one, just playing music all day, reading, enjoying life. Next video, I guess, doing this every day now. It's getting kind of intense, making me write a lot of music, which is great. Thumbs up. But I wanted to start this video and kind of continue on what I was talking about in the last one. Just the the process of disidentifying with your mind and what you have been taught to think is correct, and dropping your labels, and not saying things like I am successful, because success comes and goes, right? You can't you're not the success that you had. It's something that is unstable and fluctuating constantly. So I was going to read a little chapter out of a book that I really like. I've read a couple of times, called Awareness: The Perils and Opportunities of Reality, by Anthony DeMello. There it is. Yeah, and I picked a chapter out of here that I think is relevant to what I was talking about. Let me find it real quick here. 70. Almost got it. There it is. Alright, so the chapter is called Obstacles to Happiness. Here it is. What I'm about to say will sound a bit pompous, but it's true. What is coming could be the most important minutes in your lives. If you could grasp this, you'd hit upon the secret of awakening. You would be happy forever. You would never be unhappy again. Nothing would have the power to hurt you again. I mean that, nothing. It's like when you throw black paint in the air remains uncontaminated. You never color the air black. No matter what happens to you, you remain uncontaminated. You remain at peace. There are human beings who have attained this, what I call being human. Not this nonsense of being a puppet jerked about this way and that, letting events or other people tell you how to feel. So you proceed to feel it, and you call it being vulnerable. Ha! I call it being a puppet. So you want to be a puppet? Press a button and you're down. Do you like that? But if you refuse to identify with any of those labels, most of your worries cease. Later we'll talk about fear of disease and death, but ordinarily we're worried about what's going to happen to your career. A small-time businessman, 55 years old, is spinning beer at a bar somewhere, and he's saying, well, look at that, my classmates, they've all really made it. The idiot! What does he mean, they made it? They've got their names in the newspaper. Do you call that making it? One is president of the corporation. The other has become the chief justice. Somebody else has become this or that. Monkeys, all of them. Who determines what it means to be a success? This stupid society. The main preoccupation of society is to keep society sick. And the sooner you realize that, the better. Sick, every one of them. They are loony. They're crazy. You became president of the lunatic asylum, and you're proud of it, even though it means nothing. Hold on, turn the page here. Being president of a corporation has nothing to do with being a success in life. Having a lot of money has nothing to do with being a success in life. You're a success in life when you wake up. Then you don't have to apologize to anyone. You don't have to explain anything to anyone. You don't give a damn what anybody thinks about you or what anybody says about you. You have no worries. You're happy. That's what I call being a success. Having a good job or being famous or having a great reputation has absolutely nothing to do with happiness or success. Nothing. It is totally irrelevant. All he's really worried about is what his children will think about him, what his neighbors will think about him, what his wife will think about him. He should have become famous. Our society and culture drill that into our heads day and night. People who made it. Made what? Made asses of themselves because they drained all their energy getting something that was worthless. They're frightened and confused. They are puppets like the rest. Look at them strutting across the stage. Look how upset they get if they have a stain on their shirt. Do you call that a success? Look at how frightened they are at the prospect they might not be re-elected. Do you call that a success? They are controlled, so manipulated. They are unhappy people. They are miserable people. They don't enjoy life. They are constantly tense and anxious. Do you call that human? And do you know why that happens? Only one reason. They identified with some label. They identified the I with their money or their job or their profession. That was their error. Did you hear about the lawyer who was presented with a plumber's bill? He said to the plumber, "Hey, you're charging me $200 an hour. I don't make that kind of money as a lawyer." The plumber said, I didn't make that kind of money when I was a lawyer either." You could be a plumber or a lawyer or a businessman or a priest, but that does not affect the essential I. It doesn't affect you. If I change my profession tomorrow, it's just like changing my clothes. I am untouched. Are you your clothes? Are you your name? Are you your profession? Stop identifying with them. They come and go. When you really understand this, no criticism can affect you. No flattery or praise can affect you either. When someone says, "You're a great guy," what is he talking about? He's talking about me. He's not talking about I. I is neither great nor small. I is neither successful nor a failure. It is none of these labels. These things come and go. These things depend on the criteria society establishes. These things depend on your conditioning. These things depend on the mood of the person who happens to be talking to you right now. It has nothing to do with I. I is none of these labels. Me is generally selfish, foolish, childish, a great big ass. So when you say, "You're an ass," I've known it for years. The conditioned self, what did you expect? I've known it for years. Why do you identify with him? Silly, that isn't I, that's me. Do you want to be happy? Uninterrupted happiness is uncaused. True happiness is uncaused. You cannot make me happy. You are not my happiness. You say to the awakened person, "Why are you happy?" The awakened person replies, "Why not?" Happiness is our natural state. Happiness is the natural state of little children to whom the kingdom belongs until they have been polluted and contaminated by the stupidity of society and culture. To acquire happiness, you don't have to do anything because happiness cannot be acquired. Does anybody know why? Because we have it already. How can you acquire what you already have? Then why don't you experience it? Because you've got to drop something. You've got to drop illusions. You don't have to add anything in order to be happy. You've got to drop something. Life is easy. Life is delightful. It's only hard on your illusions, your ambitions, your greed, your cravings. Do you know where these cravings come from? From having identified with all kinds of labels. Sorry, took a long time, but anyways, that's kind of, it's just fun, and it's really blunt, and it makes me laugh, so I love that book a lot. But here's the song. I have to figure out how I'm going to put the camera so that you can see me. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to put it, guys. It's so hard. I want to impress you. Oh, schniz. Schniz-biz. Alright, there it is. Alright, here's a song. Continuation. Another song about more societal schniz and being a monkey. Funny looking faces running around, asking where their place is, just to sit down. And we're running all these races, looking for a crown, but in the current stasis, it can't be found. They say they're never gonna give up, their trying is futile, but I can't stand and suck this all up. Is it really all worthwhile? Is it really worthwhile? Is it really worthwhile? Is it really worthwhile? Really worthwhile? Is it really pour me in. This is a fork in the road, and the only answer is, do I travel with sin or do I travel alone? This is walk your own path, my friend, but the seed I will sow, a fork-lifted righteousness, straight from the feet of the throne. And so on it go. It seems for a while, between us what's there to show? No handshake and no smile. Where'd that smile go? I wanna see you smiling again past this bend at the end of the road. Smile, where'd that beautiful smile go? I wanna see you smiling again past this bend at the end of the road. Funny looking faces running around, asking where the place is just to sit down. And we're running all these races, looking for a crown, but in the current state says it can't be found. They say they're never gonna give up, their trying is futile, but I can't stand to suck this all up. Is it really all worthwhile? Where that smile go? I wanna see you smiling again past this bend at the end of the road. Smile, where that beautiful smile go? I wanna see you smiling again past this bend at the end of the road. Thanks, that was a super long video. Sorry about that. Alright, bye-bye everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.